I have been on maternity leave, for those who know, for those who don't know. So I am officially back and I'm just so excited. I've been looking forward to this. And as you can, I don't know if you can tell on my face, like I've been grinning from here to here. But thank you so much. Good evening. Welcome to Miss Ebony Ambassador International Women's Day celebration. As we all know, International Women's Day was March the 8th, and today is March 11th. Now, I think International Women's Day personally shouldn't be a day, it should be a month. So for me, I'm going to refer throughout the program International Women's Month. Do we agree with that? Can I have a show of hands? Yes. So welcome to International Women's Month celebration. And now this event has been Team Mindset. As we all know, our mindset is very, very important. And we're going to get into that a little bit later on in the show. But it's very important, obviously, for us to come in together and celebrate today. For those who are aware what International Women's Day is, and the reason why we celebrate International Women's Day and why it is important for us to celebrate International Women's Day. We have three amazing speakers in the house tonight, and they're all amazing, phenomenal women who are doing amazingly well in the different fields. They are going to be talking to us on the importance of like celebrating the International Women's Day in their different fields, and I'm so looking forward to that. I will be introducing them a little bit later on. We have the Deputy Mayor in the house, Beverly, she's right there. We have Lucy Azaya, she's right there, and we have Kate Anule as well. She's right there. Now, I did not put your title because I want to keep people guessing. So we're going to get to that title very, very soon. But before we get into anything, I would like to introduce the founder of this program. As we all know, this event has been put together by Miss Ebony Ambassador, which Ebony Ambassador UK, who is an organization, a charity organization that basically do different type of events. This event, they've done so many events in the last 2 years since we've been going through pandemic. Zoom event has now become the norm. And for those of us who have been privileged to experience it, you know how amazing this is. So I would like to introduce the CEO to basically just tell us a little bit about, you know, the event themselves and what they do. So please welcome Irene Eribo Annie, CEO and Ebony Ambassadors.
Hello, hope everyone can hear me. Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here this evening. As Goldiva said, we are doing this event on repeat. So that's why she's kind of familiar with some names that she was mentioning earlier. I want to quickly thank everyone for being here this evening. I know a lot of people will be joining us. It's Friday evening. Some people are trying to get back from work. Some people are still on their way. But for those that are here at this time, I want to say I appreciate you all. Thank you for coming. Today is International Women's Day, tagged Break the Bias. And we're doing this today, or putting up this event, to also join the world to celebrate women all over the world. As Goldie said, it should be a month celebration, not just a day, because we are amazing women, we are excellent women, we are women with integrity. So a day is not enough for us to be celebrated. We should be given even the whole year. Going back to who Ebony is. Ebony Ambassador is a community interest company. We're known for skill empowerment. And during the pandemic 2 years ago, we took another direction in order for us to support our service users. So we went into looking for funding to run workshops to keep people mentally engaged and also to be mentally fit. So we came up with this project, Mental Resilience Workshop and Food Distribution. So as I said, this project is on repeat. It's sponsored by the Big Lottery Fund. They want to see us engage people. It could be through conversation. It could be through sharing skills. It could be through just doing something fun that brings people together and makes them well or alive or make them more interactive, because we're in a season where people are isolated. So that's what bettered this initiative. Today, we are here to celebrate the International Women's Day and also to keep on this initiative, to carry on what we started last year. And I want to say that we're so privileged to be sponsored twice in a row to organize events like this to keep people engaged. I will stop here, but if there's any question for anyone here today, new in this platform that wants to know more about Ebony, please feel free to contact me, or some of our team members are here as well, which I will make mention at the time. Goldie is part of the team. She's been part of Ebony since day one. And Ebony has been on since 7 years now. We started from London. From London, we moved to Birmingham. From Birmingham, we moved to Bradford. So I could categorically say that we are in 3 cities in the UK. So once again, I want to say thank you to everyone for joining. I appreciate you all. To all my amazing speakers today, I want to say thank you for honoring our invitation. Over to you, Goldie.
Okay, thank you very much for that. I believe for those who do not know what Ebony Ambassador is, I feel like you just put that in a summary. So very quickly, before we get to our speakers, I like to do a icebreaker, which is a way for us to get to know each other a little bit, for us to actually loosen up, because I feel like some people come on this platform and all they do is just sit on there and just listen to the speakers. No, this is an interactive section. Everybody gets involved. Now, there's some rules, very quickly before we move on. The first rule is everybody introduce themselves in the comment section. So there is a chat. For those who are not aware, on Zoom, there's a chat bit where you can type. So you just go on there, you introduce yourself. You can say what you do. You can leave your social media handle, just so that people can connect with you at the end of this. That's one way to do it. The second thing is whenever we have a speaker going on, I would beg or plead with everyone to be on mute. What we do not want is a distraction while a speaker is speaking. We don't want to have to keep saying just so and so, turn on for your volume. So make sure everybody, unless you want to speak, which I believe it will be after the speaker is done, then you unmute yourself. So right now, everybody put themselves on mute. If you want to type anything or you want to say anything, again, use the chat button and just type in whatever you've got to chat. I would always keep an eye on the chat, so I would always see everything you put in there. Also, we're going to have a little 5 minutes after each speaker to be able to ask a question and answer it. Now, depending on the question, if you want to ask a question, you got 30 seconds. So you ask the question, the speaker answer the question so that we can move on to the next person. At the end of it, we're going to have more questions at the end once all the speakers have finished speaking. But I would highly suggest you leave all of your questions in the chat, because that would really help us to be able to regulate everything and get everything sorted. Okay, so those are the rules. But other than that, we're here to have fun. So let's loosen up. So now the reason, like I said, the reason why we celebrate International Women's Day. Of course, we all know, like, women very much so are not as appreciated as men. But what was the reason why we needed to have an International Women's Day? There's only a certain or percentages of women that are actually classified as, I guess, I wouldn't say higher rank than men, but in terms of pay, equality, or better representation of women in politics, in business, if you see a woman that is doing amazingly well, even doing better than the men, for some reason, she's still always going to be classified as beneath or just not as good as the man, even if she is better than it. And I think that's the reason why this day is very important for us to celebrate it. And the reason why I say this is something we have to celebrate the whole month is I believe it's not just a day, it's something that we've got to carry on into every single day, so that whenever a woman is doing something, she can stand as a woman and say, I am a woman doing something equally a man is doing. And I think I deserve the same level of respect, the same level of pay, the same level of whatever it is that you're giving to the man. I deserve it as well to get it as the woman. And I think that's why this day is very important. And for all the women in the house tonight, I just want to celebrate you. You are all amazing. You're all doing extremely excellently well. For people that I know personally, like Irene, she's a CEO. I always joke with her that I look up to her, but she thinks I'm joking, but she is an amazing woman. So that's why a day like this is very important for us to celebrate women that are doing amazing. So for all the women on this platform right now, I just want to take a moment to celebrate you and say you're doing well and you are amazing. Okay, so very quickly in the chat box, I want everybody to get their fingers ready. I want you to go in the chat box and just type to me. This is what I want us to type. Just go in there and just say 10. I want you can just pick one, but I'm going to say 10. 10 reasons why we need International Women's Day. To your own view, why do you think we need it? I mean, I've said the reason why we celebrate it, but why do you think we actually need that day? So I want you to go in the chat section and just type one reason. I just need everybody to give me one reason why we need International Women's Day. So I'm going to be calling it out. So let's go. Very quickly, I'm going to call it out and I'm going to say who he is from. So let's go, everyone. Okay. So, all right. I'm starting with Kate Anale. She said equality. Okay, once again, this is what we're talking about. Yes. It's very important to be equal with a man when we're doing the same thing. Just because I'm a woman doesn't make me less of it. Thank you very much for that, equality. Lucy also said equality as well. That's another reason why we need this day. We have Ebony Ambassador. She said to celebrate us. Okay, to celebrate us as amazing women, you know, amazing mothers, amazing wives. That's very important to celebrate us. Amaomi said to encourage and support women. That's very important. There's a lot of women that actually get discouraged to even try to go into a sector just because they feel like it's men dominating and they just don't have, I guess, the confidence to be able to go into it, even though they have the talent, they have the skill, but because they feel intimidated that this is a field that is, you know, basically full of men, they get intimidated and they don't want to go into it. So I feel like that is a very important point, to be able to encourage and support women that whatever you put your mind to it, you can do it. Thank you very much for that. Okay, good evening, Sandra. Thank you very much for joining us. Encouragement. Women say Sandra said we celebrate this day to be able to encourage women. Thank you. Okay, Tammy says to stop discrimination. Thank you very much. Yes, this is something that I feel like every one of us has been through at some point in our life, whether it been in your workplace, whether it been in even in school, even at home. We all deal with discrimination. I must say that. As a wife and as a mother, I am telling you that's something we all deal with. So thank you very much. That point is very, very important. Women are supreme. Thank you, Lovette. I love that. That is a very good reason for us to celebrate Women's Day, because we're supreme. Okay. To appreciate women. Thank you, Beverly. To empower each other. Thank you very much. I'm just going to leave that as the last point, to empower each other. Now, that point I'm going to take and say, this is the reason why Ebony Ambassador has set up this platform to do this. She has a pageant, which is basically to encourage young African women in talent. And if you obviously know about pageant, we all know pageant is about like your body and doing this and all of that, but that's not what the Ebony Ambassador pageant is about. It's about empowering women with skill, life skill. So I love that point, and I love that it actually brings us back to the reason why we're here today, to empower women. So thank you very much for that. Can we give ourselves a round of applause? That was really amazing. Okay, I love that. So now I've got to try and stick to the time. I'm looking at the time. I'm having so much fun with this, but I feel like we've got to stick to the time. So before I go, I feel like we have some more people that have just joined us. So let me just welcome them. Thank you so much. Maureen's just joined us. Thank you, Maureen. Hi, Rachel. Rachel's just joined us. Thank you, Rachel. Maomi's joined us as well. Thank you. Welcome for joining us. Once again, we have an amazing lineup of speakers tonight. You're really, really going to have fun. And, you know, we're just going to have fun. It's going to be amazing. And at every step of this event, I want you to celebrate yourself. In everything that they're saying today is about you celebrating yourself, empowering yourself, and knowing how much of a phenomenal woman you are, how much of a great mother, a great wife, a great businesswoman, a great entrepreneur that you are. So you need to celebrate yourself every step of the way. So thank you once again. We have Nas has just joined us as well. Thank you very much. Okay, back over. Now we're going to go into our speakers. So we have three amazing speakers, and we're going to start with the first one. So here we have our first speaker for today. Just a quick reminder, like I said, if you have any questions or you have any comments or anything at all while the speaker is speaking, please just leave it in the comment section, all right? We want to try and concentrate. Leave it in the comment section and make sure you put yourself on mute. This is very, very important. Okay, our first speaker of today goes by Lucy Azaya. Lucy is a mother of 3 young children. She's a passionate about life skill, young people, entrepreneur, education, community health, and safety. community development, and women empowerment, which is what we're here to do today. Taking pride in the community is a priority. She has volunteered for various organizations in the past 14 years, starting from Brooklyn Children's Center. She is a CEO and founder of Black Female Entrepreneur Greenwich and head of Nigerian Community Greenwich. Now that is a great platform. I think that deserves a round of applause. The very first line. So I'm going to call you and introduce you that way. So please welcome the CEO and founder of Black Female Entrepreneur Greenwich and head of Nigerian Community Greenwich. Please welcome Lucy Isaiah.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm honored to be here. May I know how many minutes I have before I start?
Yes, Lucy, you have 15 minutes.
Okay.
And that will include if you want to take some questions. So
I want to use this opportunity to welcome my fellow guest speaker, Councillor Kate, and our Mayor, Beverly. I want to say thank you very much, Irene, for giving me this opportunity to be part of you. You are a woman to look upon because you have shown great pride in what you do. First, International Women's Day. I've been talking about International Women's Day, and I think International Women's Day should not just be celebrated just for a month, but for the whole year. Because we the women are the backbone of the society. They say when you educate a woman, you educate a nation. So if you're going to celebrate it a month, that means you're educating a woman for a month. So what will happen for the rest of the year? We will have a very bad society. So we have to do it 360, just like we do the Black History Month, 365, celebrating women empowerment. I want to start with a mindset. What is mindset? Mindset play a big role in every woman. Mindset, you need to have a positive mindset about yourself, about what you want, about what you dream to achieve. Mindset is what has brought every one of us where we are today. I believe this flyer has gone to thousands and thousands of people, but the mindset is what makes some of you are here today, because you believe that every gathering that you are, you learn something new. Mindset has taken me to where I am. I am a niece. I don't take no for an answer. I believe if you want something, you need to work hard. As a woman, you should have a very positive mindset in working hard, in working to achieve. You should have a positive mindset of identity. A lot of us as women find it very difficult to identify ourselves with our ethnicity. And that is something that actually sometimes bring negative mindset to us. There's a parable in my place that said, if you don't know where you come from, you wouldn't know where you're going to. So the first thing for mindset is you identify yourself. You identify yourself, be proud of your identity, stand for who you are, have a focus. You need to have a focus of what you want to achieve. I will tell you one little story about myself. I came into this country as a migrant. I've gone through immigration cases. I find it was a very tough challenge, it was a very tough time. I remember being pregnant and sleeping in the bus where you don't have a place to stay. You know, I remember when I went through the social service cases, where social service were moving you from one house to another and don't believe in what you say. I remember facing discrimination in my child's school. I remember facing discrimination in NHS. I remember facing discrimination even with people that you call family in the church. But I have a mindset that I am here to achieve, that I did not leave my country to come to Europe not to achieve. I took up all those challenges as a growing step, because I have that mindset that I'm going to use my story to change people's life. I'm going to use my story to tell people that even though when all doors are closed, I am telling you, there is still one door that will be open. When you are going through life, there are a lot of doors that will be closed. That should not mean that you shouldn't keep opening. When the doors are closed, keep knocking and opening. If you knock and they refuse to open, go around again. There's nothing wrong in going 360 around the degree again. You went for the first time, they say no. Go for the second time. Go back to your drawing table. A lot of us find it very difficult to go back to the drawing table. We felt it's a lot of job. We felt it's hard work. I never see that as hard work. No matter the discrimination I face, no matter the hardship I face, I never stop focusing on my dream and what I want to be. At the moment, you will not believe that this woman that went through those immigration case, this woman that went through those hardship, have two organizations. One, the Black Female Entrepreneur. Second thought, where we teach young people, and this organization is going fine. And I equally have two businesses. I have a fashion business, you can see behind me. I'm a fashion designer. And I also just opened a restaurant with my husband. This is the same person that slept in the bus. This is the same person that was begging for food, going to food bank. But today, I give food bank. This is something that you need to understand, that you have a purpose. You have a dream. That dream cannot come to pass if you don't identify self-identity. You believe in yourself. It will not come easy. There's nothing good that comes easy. Everything about life is all about struggle. It's all about survivor of defeated. Sometimes those challenges might even want to take you to your grave. But one thing, as I love that song, I love this song, I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You need to say to yourself, anytime you fall, that I am still standing. Once you fall, you pick up that where you fall from, and you say to yourself, I am still standing. As long as there is life, there's hope. You cannot break a bias when you have not actually prepared yourself. You need to plan. You need to have plan A, plan B, plan C. I was saying to somebody the other day, I said, I've not included plan GED to my plan. You need to have plan. You need to learn how to plan. Planning is crucial. And that is why you see, for every successful business, you need to have a business plan. For every successful woman, you need to have a plan, a business plan for yourself. Business plan is just not made for business alone. It's made for individual. I say that to my children. If you want to be successful in school, you need to have a school business plan. What you want to be. Am I going to school to become a doctor? Am I going to school to become a lawyer? Am I going to school to go and to become a singer? Whatever you want to be, you need to have a plan and you work towards that plan. If you want to achieve this, England is a land of opportunity. It's a land of opportunity. And it is a land for those that work hard to achieve. Yes, it will not be easy, but if you keep persistent and continuous in what you do, a lot of us, we do a little bit and we stop. While you're sleeping, while you're stopping, other people are running. I see sometimes Irene posting 2 a.m. in the morning. You will see sometimes we post 3 a.m. in the morning. It's not that we don't love sleeping. We love sleeping, but everything has time. Because not all the time you have the capacity to do things that you want to do. So anytime you have that opportunity, use it. Partnership. I know within women, we like to say, oh, I don't want to speak to this person. My dear, my fellow women, no one is asking you to make friends with them. All we are asking you, go and create partnership that will work for you. Identify those that you can work with and create a positive partnership. You do not have the skill, the resources to do it all by yourself. I call it, you do your skill audit. My message for you today is to go and do skill audit for yourself. What skill did you have? What what do you intend to do? How, if you don't have the right skill, go and educate yourself. Listen to news. If I should ask now, how many of you do listen to news? Some of you don't listen to news. That is where decision making takes place. How many of you listen to what is being debated at the parliament? That is where decision making takes place. How many of you even listen to your council, what's they call it, debates, your local council debates online on YouTube? That is where decision making takes place. How many of you volunteer in your community? Volunteering helps a lot. He educates you. He makes you to network within your community so that you can know where resources is out there to support you. You cannot break that bias if you are not working towards breaking that bias. A lot of us say a lot of things. Oh, I'm going to affirmation. Affirmation comes with commitment. If you are not committed to that affirmation, you cannot achieve the affirmation. As much as you want to say it positive, I want to do this, I want to do this, you need to work towards it. You need to have a plan to achieve what you want to. Learn to network with other people. Learn to understand who you are. First of all, like I say, identify yourself. Be proud of who you are. No matter what your ethnicity is, be proud. Identify yourself, because if you don't identify, if you start copying what other people look like, if you start copying what other people do, then what you stand for will never exist. You need to learn to identify your skill, your talent, who you are, so that you can use, because so that you can be comfortable in what you do. Most of the time, why we find it very difficult to move forward or to do things is because we are trying to be like other people. Everyone is created in a unique way. You are blessed with a skill. You are blessed with a talent. You have something that will take you to the next level. It's just that you have not seen yourself. You have not actually identified what those your skills are, what those your challenges are. How can you identify those challenges? A lot of us spend a lot of our time trying to go to a lot of these big meetings, like all those big business training. I've seen a lot of people that like to go to big business training, learning how to make 1 million when you have not even made £1,000. You need to crawl before you walk. I said to people, you want to learn how to do business, go and ask those on your local high street. They have been there for years and they're still going. You want to copy those that have made £1 million 2 years, and after 3 years, their business fold up? Is that the story you want to listen to? Go and speak to people on your local high street. They've been running. They're off license. Ask them, how do they do it? They've been there for years and the business is still going and they're opening more shops. These are things you need to learn. You learn from your local community. Before you go international, you need to be local. From local, then you'll become international. I want to give the floor for anyone to ask me a question.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, okay. So thank you very much. Okay, I was actually expecting you to round off. I was actually waiting. I was like, okay, she's got more to say. Thank you very much. Can we please give a round of applause to Lucy Isaiah? That was amazing. I feel like that was very impactful. And it actually got me thinking. I was actually listening to every word and I was taking notes, just so you're aware. I was taking notes of everything you were saying. So I believe every one of us was actually taking that in. If you don't have a piece of paper, you can always use your phone. So thank you very much for that. Very quickly, we're going to take 2 questions. So if anyone have a question that they want to address straight to Lucy on what she's just discussed, or maybe it's based off of something else that she does. If anyone has a question, very quickly before we move on. Anyone? You can raise your hand. I'll be able to see you, or you can unmute yourself. Whichever way. Okay. All right. So what we do with that is we would come back to you, Lucy. If you have any question you want to address to her, you can leave in the comment section. And at the end of it, once all our speakers have finished their presentation, we will come back to the question. So thank you once again, Lucy. Thank you for that amazing speech and presentation. For those who are just joining us, welcome. I see that we have some more people join us. Josephine, thank you for joining us. We have Margaret Desi. Thank you for joining us. Nicole, thank you for joining us. Blessing, thank you for joining us. King Edwin, thank you for joining us. Joyce Pastor Joyce, thank you for joining us. Alfie, thank you for joining us. It's looking like a full house today, so that's really good. Now that we have some more people join us, just before we move on to our next speaker, I would like to do another icebreaker. Once again, this is just to listen us up, and the fact that we have some more people that have just joined us so that they can catch up and be up to date. For anyone who just joined us right in the middle of Lucy giving a speech, that was our very first speaker. She goes by the name of Lucy Isaiah, and she is the founder of, I'm just going to read that very quickly. She is the CEO and the founder of Black Female Entrepreneur Greenwich and End of Nigerian Community Greenwich. So she was the last speaker that she's giving us her presentation. Once again, if you have any questions, please leave in the comment section, and we're going to take the questions once all of our speakers are finished. So today, as you're aware, we are celebrating International Women's Day. For those who are just joining us, we played a little game earlier, and we say, why is it important for us to celebrate International Women's Day? And I say personally, I think we deserve a month. But our first speaker, as you can hear, she said we deserve to celebrate International Women's Day for the whole year, and now actually believe that we actually do deserve to celebrate it for the whole year rather than just a day or just a month. So the fact that we're doing this on the 11th of March still makes it International Women's Day. So can we just say we're still celebrating International Women's Day today? So happy International Women's Day to every one of you guys, and thank you for joining us. So we're going to play another game. And this game is going to be based once again on international women. So we're going to be talking about phenomenal women. You're all phenomenal, you're all amazing. But once again, can we get our fingers ready? We're going to go in the chat section. So I want you to give me 5 qualities of a phenomenal woman. You're all amazing. But if you were to say somebody is phenomenal, somebody is great, and for every International Women's Day we celebrate, someone told me you're actually supposed to name, or you're supposed to message people that actually inspire you, people that you actually feel like you want to celebrate. So you've got to like direct it to them and say, Irene, I'm celebrating you as an amazing international, phenomenal, extraordinary woman. So this is what we want to do. So now I want you to go in the comment section and type 5 qualities for you of what makes an amazing, phenomenal woman. So 5 qualities. So just type in. I want everyone to get involved. If not, I'm going to be calling you out. I will be reading from the chat section. Everybody get involved. I want to see those fingers moving. Okay, so let's go. All right, so Alfie, you're the first to drop your message. Thank you for joining us. Alfie said resilience. Obviously, as a phenomenal woman, you have to be resilient. Thank you very much. That is a very good pointer. Okay, my chat is going really quickly. Okay, so let's see. Okay, we have Camel. Camel said sister's keeper. Okay, you must be your sister's keeper in order for you to be a phenomenal woman. You must be encouraging, caring, hardworking. Once again, that's from Alfie. Thank you very much. From Irene, say you must be brave, hardworking, loving, caring, go-getter, smart. That is amazing. Okay, from Kate, Counselor Kate, you must be approachable. Now that is amazing. We have a lot of women that are on the top, but people actually cannot assess them, or they can't even approach them. You know, a lot of people see people doing great and they want to see them as a mentor, but sometimes it's so hard for you to even approach some of them, or for you to even reach some of them. So I love that you've actually pointed that out. So thank you very much for that. That's a very good point. Thank you. You must be approachable.
Can I add something quickly?
Sure.
I want to say, if anyone could mention 5 at a go, then we give them the gift.
Okay, all right. I was going to keep the gift to the last, but okay. So, all right. So let's make it a little bit more interesting. If that's the case, then I think Alfie already won because she's mentioned 5 already.
Okay.
You know what? We're gonna do another game for the gifts. So because we already started this one, so we do another game for that. Okay. So the next one is ambitious. You must be ambitious. Yes, as a phenomenal woman, you must be ambitious. Support other women. Support other women. I want to stress on that. This is one of the reasons why we have this platform, to support other women. Like I said, this is a way for us to come together, share knowledge. Like Lucy just spoke right now. I feel like we were able to get one or two things from her. Okay, Alfie, I can see you raising your hand. Is that a high five or a raise of hand? Unmute yourself very quickly.
It's a question once you're ready.
Okay, Lucy. Cool. Is that a question for Lucy?
Yes.
Okay, are you gonna be here till the end? Can we take that at the end? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, all right, we'll come back to that. Okay, very quickly, I'm gonna read the rest of the question. Okay, support other women, that is very important. Beverly says courage. Alfie once again says self-aware. Okay, we have quite a lot. Oh my God. Okay, Maureen says relentless. Omaomi said relentless. Okay. UG has just joined us. Hello, UG. I've been looking for you in my comment section. That is the ambassador of the chat session right there.
Hello, hi.
Hello. Steadfastness, caring, thoughtful, kind. And we also have support, encourage each other. Okay, you know what? This is all amazing. I want to read every one of them. Okay, this is all amazing. This is all amazing. This is all down to earth. I love that as well. Diplomatic, ambitious, compassionate, educated, visionary. That's from Nas. Okay, thank you very much. I think we get the drift. I would love for everyone to obviously catch up in the chat section. The reason why I say, what are the qualities for you that make a phenomenal woman? Like I said, every one of us on this platform, we're all women, from wife, mothers, businesswomen, entrepreneur, politics. We have quite a few politicians in the house. You know, these are whole things that we do as a job, as a title, as part of our life. But what makes us as a human, what makes us as women, like what are the characteristics of you as a woman? If they take away, like, you know, your business, if they take away you being a mother, if they take away you being a wife, what does this say about you, your character, you as a person? You know, so I feel like in as much as we put substance on things that we do, it's very important for us to actually put a lot of substance on our character, on what we do, on the way people see us, on the way we present ourselves. So I love that everyone is actually mentioned all of these things. So the way you present yourself, the way you show yourself to other people, the things that you do to other people is what actually define you more rather than the things that you do as a phenomenal woman. So thank you once again for everyone. Thank you for the contribution. I love that. Okay, very quickly, then for Alfie, I haven't forgotten, we are going to get back to your questions, but I'm trying to work with the time, so we're going to move on to our next speaker. So our second speaker is a deputy mayor. Ooh, we have a deputy mayor in the house. Can we just do a round of applause for that? That is amazing. Okay, so I'm just going to read that profile very, very quickly. So our next speaker is Deputy Mayor of Bradford, Irene Draga, all the way here. As you know, Irene is now Team Bradford, but we London people, we might not be aware of her, but we're about to get to know her today. She goes by the name of Councillor Beverly Mulani. Councillor Mulani has worked in her community for almost 40 years, starting her career as a volunteer at Banados, and she has sat on several boards. Bradford Regeneration, Lee Top Family Center, Cafe West, Lower Range, and so much more. Councillor Mulani established Charles Plain Neighborhood Nursery in 1997 and a youth group Dream Chaser in 2020. She still supports parent group and training for over 700 young people in early years and child care. Now that is amazing. Councillor Beverly Mulani is married to Thomas Mulani and has 5 children and 8 grandchildren. She enjoys being an early years practitioner, a pioneer, having visited early years setting in many countries, including Finland, Australia, America. She has acted as a mentor to help others improve quality within their settings. Now, please welcome our second speaker for today, Deputy Mayor of Bradford, Councillor Beverly Mulani.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Beverly Mulani.
Can I just say, your video is not on. I know you was on video earlier, so just checking if you are aware. Your video is not on right now.
Right, sorry. Let me
it's okay.
Is it on?
No, it's not. Oh, yep, now it is. Okay, we have you. Thank you.
Oh, good evening, everybody, and thank you for inviting me to this event. International Women's Day is exactly what it says it is. It highlights issues that exist every single day. And I think if every single woman took positive action every day and it was all multiplied across the other 364 days a year, just think how much of an impact we all make in this society. I started my journey when I was about 20 years old, and I just became a volunteer in our local community. And it's like Lucy, is it Lucy, the last speaker? She was correct. I agreed with everything she said. You know, I worked in the local community and I started local. I volunteered at Bernardo's. I helped set up groups and training. We had jumble sales, coffee mornings. And then I encouraged other women to come forth. We did a national needs survey, and it came out that other local women were struggling on their estates. A lot of single mums, had no childcare. So I helped set up just a normal play group, couple coffee mornings a week. And from that, we eventually became busy every single day, and we registered as a full day nursery. That was 30 years ago, and we are now a very successful nursery called Child's Play Neighbourhood Nursery, which is my business and I manage. But from that, I mean, I come from a working class family. I never went to university, but I have worked really hard. I've never given up. I've had lots and lots of barriers in the way, you know, really educated people, middle class people, and the list went on and the barriers. However, I just keep going. I just be myself. I think it's really important that you all have to be yourself. We all make mistakes, and I put my hands up and say, you know, I'm sorry. And you learn from your mistakes, and that's what makes you a stronger person. I am now a local councillor and the deputy mayor, but prior to that, I was an activist. I've always fought for injustices for women, regardless of colour, faith. And I was on a train one day going down to London with some of my colleagues to go complain about all the education cuts and the poor education we had up north for our children. And whilst I was on that train, little be known to me, there was a group of politicians sat on the train, and a conversation started, and I remember arguing all the way down to London with these local councillors, which were from Bradford actually. And I was going down to see the MPs, Philip Davis, who'd made all the cuts, with a group of people. And then whilst we was in Parliament, never been in my life, it was amazing, but frightening at the same time. And I just kept thinking, no, somebody's got to fight, somebody's got to go. You know, so we put our case forward, we argued, and the MP, Conservative guy, Philip Davis, was very abrupt and rude and looked at us like, you know, it was something off the bottom of his shoe. But we put our case forward, we argued with him. And then on the way back from London on the train, the same group of politicians said, Bev, can I ask you a question? You'd make a really good politician. Would you like to become a councillor? I said, no way. Are you mad? I don't like politicians. I hate the lot of you. And I was arguing with them anyway. A couple of days later, I got a form through the post. One of them councillors had given my number to somebody in a form, and I thought, no, there's no way I can be a politician. I like fighting for rights. I'm an activist. I've fought for better housing, water meters taken out of houses. So anyway, eventually I got another phone call, and I went along and I had an interview, and then I got a phone call saying you was unsuccessful, Bev. Really sorry, but we're so impressed with all the work you do. Please try again. So I went back to work, and I was relieved, really. I thought, phew, you know, I was so relieved. And then about a fortnight after, I got another phone call asking me to go along for another interview. I said, I'm really sorry. I think you've got the wrong person. Didn't pass the interview. No, they said, no, we want you to come back for another interview. So I went back, and within about half an hour of leaving, I got a phone call to say, you've been selected, Beth Stand, for your local city, you know, where you try to be for a local councillor. So I thought about it, and then I said to my friend, well, the plan is if I go on the inside and you're all on the outside, surely we can make a difference together. Try change policy, try change things. And I did get into council, and I have tried to make a difference. We set up a group called Uprising Action Group, Julie Longdon, my long-term partner in crime, and she's now set up a United People's Movement. And for the last 2 or 3 years, I've always tried to get more people of colour into council or to becoming a politician, because they are very, very unrepresented in Bradford. I don't know about other cities, but they have no representation at all in Bradford Council. Any black person or person of colour, they're all predominantly Asian or English, which I find it's very disturbing, because I advocate and I set up black women's groups and work with a lot of groups that are underrepresented, but I'm English and I'm white and I have a lot of black friends, but you need to get in there. Honestly, people need to get into the councils, into local politics, where you can sit round the board and represent your people and tell them about what changes need to be made. And that is so important to me. I go and I'm working class, and I come up against lots of barriers, and I can't articulate myself properly, as well as, you know, a lot of the councillors who are very middle class and who've been to uni. But I always manage to put my mic and get my point across. And I just think it's really important that people of African, Caribbean, West Indian, Nigerian, whatever, they need representation in the parliament. Not just in parliament, in local councils. Start local, start making a difference within your communities. And about 12 months ago, I was so shocked when I got voted in to be the deputy mayor, which in the Labour Party means you automatically become a mayor at some point, maybe a couple of years down the line. And I have thoroughly loved and enjoyed it. I love arguing. I love putting my point forward. I love fighting for justice. And I think all the work that you women do, you're phenomenal. You know, you've come up, you go to university, some do, some don't. You do volunteer work. I've just listened to Lucy. She would make a fabulous politician. You yourself, Irene, you need to get yourself forward and make that difference that's really needed. So, you know, if I can do it, honestly, anybody can do it. You know, never give up. Every day I used to come home nearly crying with my head in my hands. Oh, I don't understand this and I don't understand that. And there's words I don't understand and I have to Google it on my phone, and I come home and I read up before I go to meetings. But you've never, ever to give up, you know, and don't apologise. Don't ever apologise for what you want. You know, take chances. Your little small acts every day, they become really big things, because all these little things you do every day, they all add up, and then they become big things. And the more you learn, the more you want to learn, the more you do, the busier you become. And I absolutely love my job. I love my day job. I'm a nursery manager. We train people. We've trained hundreds and hundreds. We have young girls that come in who've never gone to school because it wasn't the right setting. They didn't like how the schools taught them, it wasn't for them. And you know, we've got deputy heads, social workers, teachers. We've lots of our young people that we've trained have gone on, and they're absolutely amazing. From leaving school with nothing or coming into the country with nothing. But so I say, dream big, aim high, and never give up. Just never ever give up.
Wow.
Thank you very much. And on that note, I am going to take your last sentence, and that is to apply to everyone. This is going to be I believe this is going to be our statement of today. Dream big, aim high, and never give up. Did I get that right?
That's right.
Okay, I think that's going to be our closing speech. Everyone, can you remember this? Dream big, aim high,
Aim
and
high,
never
never give up.
We're going to say that as our affirmation just before we close the event, okay? So make
Yeah.
sure you remember that. Okay, thank you very much, Deputy Mayor Beverly. That was very, very inspiring. Your story, very, very inspiring. Once again, like I said, when we first started the event, is about actually pushing yourself and going into it, even though you feel like it might be male dominated. We all know politics in this country. You have to be a very strong woman to be able to like withstand it, because we have strong men in politics and you can get like, you know, pushed to the side. So I love the fact that you said this is not even something that you're skilled with, but you were determined and you went into it and you did it. And look at you now, you're doing amazing and well. But I have something to say. Before you mentioned the fact that Irene would make a great candidate, I was actually going to volunteer her. Just because you said Black people were not, you know, in Bradford, I think you said in Bradford, right?
In Bradford, there is not, there's not one.
Yeah, they don't have Black people representation there.
No,
just before you said Irene will make, I was actually going to volunteer, and I wanted everyone to second me on this. Everyone on this platform, I wanted you guys. I have been saying to Irene for so long, she needs to go into politics, because she actually she's got what it takes, and I feel like she does it already without even knowing. So I think she would make a great politician. I don't know in what capacity, but I feel like she needs to go into politics. So I would personally like to put Irene into your care, Beverly.
That's great. I will meet Irene any day.
Yes,
she wants to tell her how to do it. Yeah, that would be fantastic.
So the next time we have this conversation, Irene will be on the board of politicians in Bradford doing something. We don't know what it is, but we'll find something for her.
That's
okay. We all champion that. Yes, Irene for politics. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Beverly.
Thank you.
That was an inspiring story. Thank you for sharing that. That was very encouraging as well. And I love the fact that you are doing it, even though, you know, it's not something that is easy. It's not something that you necessarily like, you know, were encouraged, but you put yourself in it and you went for it and you're still doing it. So we love that. And as one of the minority women that are in politics and are doing great. So thank you very much, Deputy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, we are going to take questions once again for Beverly. If you have any questions based on what she said, or maybe you want to go into politics as well, I can sponsor more than one person, okay? Irene is my first sponsor. I can sponsor maybe 2 or 3. Maureen, in case you want to go as well, Halfie, in case, you know, I can sponsor like maybe 3 people. And I think Auntie Kate will probably like back me as well, because she is like the mother of politics, so she can back me. And maybe after that, I can push myself into politics as well. Okay, yeah. So thank you very much. We're going to move on. Before we get into the game, so we're going to play one more game. Maureen, can you please mute yourself? Maureen, please mute yourself. Okay, we're going to play one more game. Again, we're still celebrating International Women's Day. And we've all agreed on this platform that we don't need one day to celebrate women. We need the whole year. Every single day you see a woman doing great, she needs to be celebrated. Every single day you see a woman breaking barriers, she needs to be celebrated. Every single day you see a woman living up to the image of what men are doing and she's actually fighting for equality, she needs to be celebrated. Now, I'm just going to read something very quickly and I'm going to type the questions. Once again, can we get our fingers ready? This is where I give the prize. So if you really want to get this prize, you have to have your fingers ready. So the prize is sponsored by Temi's Hair. So it's a pack of shampoo and conditioner. So we're all ladies here and I know we used up shampoo and we use conditioner. So that is the prize for the next question. So I need you to get your hands ready.
Can win it for their for the wives.
For their wives. We have men here. I haven't seen any men.
Yeah, there are men.
I have not seen any men on this platform. That's why, unless I've missed it. Okay, just very quickly, I think we have 3 more people just join us. Camel Brito. I'm not sure if he's just joined us, but thank you for joining us. I have Ambi Dorin. Thank you for joining us. And then who else have I just seen? I think, yeah, thank you for joining us. Okay, so I'm going to read this very quickly. It says here, thousands of women around the world have marked International Women's Day by demanding equal pay, better representation in politics and business life, and an end to violence against women. Did we all get that? So International Women's Day is a global day to celebrate the social, economic, cultural, political achievements of women. So the question I want to throw to all of us, like I said, everyone get your fingers ready. Out of everything I've just said, like we said, it would take more than a day to actually celebrate women and to actually like encourage women and say you're doing great. What else do you think can be done to improve women's equality? Because I think the main reason, in as much as there's so many reasons why we celebrate it, but I think the main reason why we needed a day to celebrate women is because there is still lack of inequality. If we were equal to men, we wouldn't have to even separate it, because we wouldn't have to go men and women. We would just go, we're humans. It's just gender is what differentiates us. Anything else, we should be equal. So out of everything I've just said, in your own word, we know what's been done. We know the day we celebrate it, but it's a celebration. What else do you think can be done in order to improve women's equality? So I want the best answer. Think about it. Take a moment. This one is not about the first person that answered. This is going to be the best answer that I think is out there. So think about it. I'm going to give just 60 seconds, and I'm going to count down. What do you think can be done to improve women's equality so that we wouldn't have to say we need a day just to be able to celebrate, or just to be able to be seen, to be heard, to even feel like we are important? We don't need that day. What else do you think can be done to make that awareness? So I'm waiting for you. Let's type, let's go. Okay, let's go. I'm reading it. We have Councillor Kate, women to put themselves forward for promotion, no matter the barrier. I love that because I believe I literally said a lot of women even hold themselves back because they feel like if there's 10 men already and you're the only woman, you already feel like that is already a discrimination. That is, the odds is already against you. You feel like you don't even feel like you want to go, because it's almost like you're going there to embarrass yourself. And I feel like it's okay. Like, even if you don't get it, it's okay to put yourself out there. So thank you very much for that point, Councillor Kate. We should still put ourselves forward for the promotion, no matter the barrier. We should still put ourselves forward. Okay, we have Lucy saying, making sure every woman matters. Okay, making sure every woman matters. Once again, in as much as we say we're celebrating women, I feel like we as women, sometimes we discriminate amongst each other, and we have to be honest about it. We pick and choose what women we want to support. We pick and choose what women deserve this, so I feel like sometimes we have to start with our own self. Like, we have to support all women, no matter what. Like, if you're a cleaner and you're doing great, like, you get up, you do what you need to do, and you are standing as a cleaner, you need to be celebrated just as much as a CEO is celebrated. I don't think it should be about the title. I think it should be about the work that you actually put in what you're doing. So I feel like that is a very good point. Like, every woman should be celebrated, no matter what field, what title, or what level you find yourself. So thank you very much for that. Okay, Omaomi says, empowering women, discouraging discrimination, ensuring women are well. Okay, let me go back to that. I think I missed that. Ensuring women are well represented and their voices are heard. Okay, now that is powerful, because there's like 5 different points in that, and we can try to break that down, but we get that. Empowering women, discouraging discrimination, ensuring women are well represented and their voices are heard. That is very, very important. I think you just summarize all the points of which is everything we're literally talking about, because it can go in different ways in all of this direction. I have Valerie says, more information, not once, but continuous. Reach out more, public awareness. Thank you very much for that. I actually love this because I feel like this is different from what everyone would say. I think another thing people don't know is, in as much as people celebrate it, some women actually don't have access to the information that they actually need. I feel like that in as much as we say Google is there, go and Google something you can find there. But I feel like sometimes it takes you actually being like, I want to go and look for something. That's when you go on to Google. But I feel like there's some information that just needs to be readily available, that people need to know that it's there so that they can say, okay, I have this support. I don't need to downplay myself as a woman. I can just go for it. So I love that. It's funny how I'm just like analyzing all of this. Like, this is my point. Okay, I'm going to read one more. Help women gain power and support all women and reject racist and dependent. Oh, wow. Okay. Maureen, that is a very powerful one. That is very, very powerful. I love that. I love the fact that obviously you've touched on so many things that I feel as women of color, even though we talk about inequality, I feel like as women of color, we get it 2 times harder, just like Deputy Mayor Beverly has just said. It's hard for women to get into politics, but she said it's even harder for her living in Bradford to see Black women in politics. So I feel like as Black women, we already have that like 2 times the struggle of a woman in the first place. So I love that you've put that point in there. Okay, Joyce Obaseki says, when you network, be intentional and strategic, just like men do. Thank you very much for that. Now, I think that you can tell she's a businesswoman because that is a very, very good point. A lot of us women, when we do go out, this is very, I actually want to touch on that. Because as a media person, this is something that I actually talk to people as well. When we go out, I feel like we go out to network and be friendly. A lot of women don't go out with the intention to say, I'm going out today. I'm going to try and connect with the CEO of this, with the CEO of that, which is what men do. Men goes out and sometimes they even make a plan. A man will go out and he will say, I am going to meet with this CEO, and he might just go to that event and stay focused on the person he wants to go and meet. But I feel like as women, we go out, the next thing is we're taking selfie, we're forgetting about like, well, I'm not saying all the time, but let's be honest, we're not very intentional when we go out to these places like the way men do. I feel like sometimes we can easily just get carried away and start doing other things, on like the way a man would just stay focused and say, this is what I've come here to do and I have to stay focused on that. So thank you very much for that, Joyce Obaseki. That's a very good one. Okay, there's so many other ones. Oh my God, like Irene, how are we going to pick a winner? There's quite a lot. Okay, I literally cannot read anymore because we have to move on to our next speaker because of our time. So what I'm going to do is while our next speaker is speaking, I'm going to read through all of it. And then Irene and I would decide who the winner would be. Don't forget, these are all valid points. Like, I feel like there's no right answer, there's no wrong answer. Every answer that you've said are very valid, they're very important, and I feel like they're all different ways that we can create more awareness. But we are going to pick, I think, the points that we think stands out the most. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. One. I want to jump in again. Goldie, can you hear me?
Sure, I can hear you.
I quickly want you to read my point, but you said there are a lot of words there and it's not more.
There's a lot. Okay, your point. Now, go on.
Let me say it quickly. I want everybody here today to be the change that they want to see.
Ooh, great.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that is very self-explanatory. I don't even need to speak on that. That is very it's like we're trying to say we want people to do better. We want people to recognize us. How about you start recognizing yourself? You start recognizing people as well. You start doing the things that you want people to do. It's like they say, like, even if you're one person standing alone, like it starts with one person. So if you start doing it, you can kind of like encourage other people to do it as well. So thank you very much for that point. Okay, we're going to, once again, like I said, I'm going to go back into the comments and I'm going to pick the comment that I think really stands out. Okay, we're going to move on to our next speaker because of time. Don't forget, if you have any questions or any comment or anything at all you want to contribute, we're celebrating women and I want all of our voices to be heard today. Please, please, please do leave in the comment section or at the end of it. If we have a few minutes, we'll be able to go through the questions. And I already know that we have a question lined up. Alfie, I haven't forgotten you. At the end of our third speaker, we're going to take the question. Okay, so we're going to go to our next speaker, a very amazing woman who I am very privileged to actually just know. And I feel like for everybody on this platform who have met this woman, whether you know her, you just walk past her, you saw her in our event, she would have at some point just dropped a nugget, a word of encouragement, whatever it is, she would have dropped it in your life. You could just be passing by and walk past her. She would have said something to you that would make you think, that would make you want to like do more, want to be more, want to be better. And that is how I see this woman. And every time I see her at an event, I get so excited just to speak with her, just to like, you know, hear like, you know, things that she has to say, like just to get knowledge from her. Let me put it that way. So I'm very, very happy that she's able to, you know, join us today. And I'm just looking forward to like our presentation. So without saying too much, our next speaker, she is a former mayor of Enfield 2 times. She goes by the name of Councillor Kate Anole, aka Auntie Kate. That's what we all call her. If you know Auntie Kate, you know Auntie Kate. Okay, Kate has worked for the NHS as a midwife for 40 years, and she has a wealth of knowledge in many of the social and health issues that are prevalent in the communities. Coupled with over 10 years experience in local government politics, she has consolidated all her experience so as to help champions community causes like health, crime and safety, single parenthood, children and young people, widowed, when her youngest of 4 children was only 18 months old. Kate understands fully the plight of widowhood and single parenthood. Councillor Kate Anole served as mayor of Enfield, England from 2012 to 2013. And then mayor of the same ward again, she had to come back from 2019 to 2020, making her the first person from the Black ethnic minority to double as mayor. That already is a title. So peace out. We are winning on that aspect. Councillor Anole, the CEO and director of Tender Care Health Initiative to crown her. She is the patroness of Ebony Ambassador, which is this platform, and she has bagged several awards. Please give, I feel like we can do this like a stage performance, a resounding, a very warm welcome to our 2-time ex-mayor of Enfield, an amazing woman, like a woman who I am privileged to even know and be in her presence, a woman of knowledge. Please give it up for Councillor Kate Anole, aka Auntie Kate.
Oh, Golda, you make me shy. I'm very shy now. Just first of all, can I say hello to everyone here? Nice to meet you all. And also, can I just say a very, very thank you to Beverly and Lucy for that performance that you've given, all the things that you said. In fact, it's not just Goldie that was writing and making points. I was also doing that, you know, because anybody who claims to know it all, then that person is deceiving him or herself. Because every day, no matter how old we are, no matter what, we learn every blessed day. So I have learned a lot here as well. International Women's Day, you know, how did it all start? You know, it's just like when Beverly was talking about how she started her little charity, her little organization. It's like a small dot in the middle of ocean, and then gradually it expands. And this is just how International Women's Day started by a woman called Clara, you know, who taught during a meeting in 1910, in Copenhagen, thought, oh, we have to start something, because they have been fighting for women's rights. You know, those days, people fought for women's rights that we are doing now. They fought for women's rights. They fought for our votes. And, you know, it hurts me so much when I sit down and think that some women you ask them to come and vote. They say, oh, I don't actually vote. Yes, people lost their life just to get the women the right to vote. So really, it's very, very important that we look back into that. And then once that one was done, in 1911, you know, they decided, you know, that, you know, actually it's good to have this International Women's Day. And it carried on. It's 100 years now. And, you know, in fact, 111 years. But when it was 100 years old, you know, the person that actually crowned and declared March International Women Month in that time was Obama, because that is what we, you know, for that 100 years. And then this is why it's so important for us all to say, why do we have to celebrate women only once in 1 month? We celebrate us not 365, but every blessed day, every blessed second, we need to celebrate ourselves. And to celebrate ourselves doesn't mean just putting on, powder our face and so forth. It means recognizing who we are, recognizing where we are, recognizing where we are going, and recognizing where we've gone. Extremely important. Everybody have a story, and whatever story you have is the story that helps you to stand. My story is a lot, but I'm going to break it quite quickly because everybody that is here, especially Lucy, I listened to your story from where you started from. Absolutely nothing. It's what we call from rags to riches. And there you are. And you're a good example for everybody that is here. I came into this country and to join my husband, and then, obviously I got to do some job. I was cleaning rooms, and I tell you, the rooms that I was cleaning is £1. When I finish an hour, £1 an hour. When I finish cleaning, and these rooms, are lodged by students, and the students, I tell you what I see every day in those years. I pick up condoms. That's what I see. I don't even know what it is as of that. So we're so innocent, in as much as I was married, but I still had to get up early in the morning. At the end of the week, I get probably about £5 or £10, depending on how many hours I put in. So we all have to start somewhere. But one thing is this: whatever you are doing, just like everybody has said, take it as a job. Take it as, this is my job, and this is where I'm going to trade to survive. For somebody like me, I lost my husband when my youngest one was only 18 months old. I was left with 4 kids, 4 children. Think about it, 4 children, in a world where I don't have my mom, I don't have my aunties or everybody's back home. But then, what do? You have to have a positive mindset. Everybody said it here. A positive mindset. That is what is going to lead you to survive. That is what to lead you to get what you want. And it's going to open the door for you, because I always say, once you have a negative mindset, 1% of negativity will annul your 99% of your positiveness. And that's how being negative can really spoil, make things go wrong for you. And women, we are blessed. At the same time, we also have challenges. What are our challenges? Our challenges are not being recognized for what we do, not being recognized for who we are, and not being recognized for what we give to the world. When it comes to social economic, is the women, the women that actually are the one that are holding the economy of the world. Just like Lucy said, if you train one woman, you train the whole world. Think, for example, you leave your children and go out. If you come back, your partner or your husband maybe it hasn't even fed them because he didn't know where to start, or maybe haven't changed them to go to bed because probably, he didn't know that they have to have the book read to them. So, but when a woman is doing that, you can easily know that things are going to go very well. And it comes back to myself. I see myself with those 4 children. What do I do with them? For a man, what do the man do with the children? So you see how strong God has made us, that we are actually very strong without knowing that. And that is the strength. That strength is in you. And you develop the mindset of say, I'm a woman, but I'm very strong. I'm a woman. I can't get that job, but I can put myself forward because I know that I can do it. Just like we say never, never give up. If we believe in giving up, I won't be where I am, because when my husband passed on, leaving me 4 children, I would probably sat down to look after those and said, I'm not going to do anything anymore. However, I look at them and say, what is it I actually want myself? Do I really want to be a midwife only? I'm a midwife when my husband died. But I said, for me, I still feel I have not fulfilled myself. That's something still in me that I want to give. And that's when I decided, with the 4 children, I'm still going to study law. I remember when I went for my interview, the lecturer said to me, you've got 4 children, there is no husband, and that you're also working full time. How do you think you're going to do this? You cannot do this. Law is the highest degree anybody can do. You know what? I said, I can do it. He said, are you sure? He said, go home and think about it. I give you 2 weeks to go home and think about it. My mind is already, I've got that mindset. Already, he's got that biased mind that she's a woman, single woman, she's got 4 children, she can't do it. But who is that person to tell me what I can do? It's me to tell myself what I can do. Hence, I said, I can do it. And I put myself standing in the same spot. I didn't change my mind. When they invited me to come back again, I came back, I repeated the same thing. And they said, wow, this woman, you really want to do. Okay, we accept you. I was accepted. I did my law degree, part-time, 4 years, working full-time, looking after 4 children. You think I will give up? I still didn't give up because those children, I want them to also grow and then have their future as well. So this, is what you call having a very strong mind, having that mindset that you will always make it. And if you go back to history, when Obama was, campaigning to be the president of America, he said to them, yes, we can. I said to myself, yes, I can. Because you will say to yourself, yes, you can. Because you can. Never say never. Never say I can't. That is the word I never use in my dictionary. I never say I can't. So I did my law degree. I got my law degree. What do I do with this law degree? Do I give up midwifery? I love midwifery. I love delivering babies. It's a miracle. It's fantastic. I have, when I looking after a pregnant woman, I'm engulfed in the family. I'm part of the family, and I love that. It's like I got a second extended family. So I love that. Hence, when I look after them, they become part of me, and I become part of them. And then when I got my degree, I said, no, I'm not going to give out the midwifery. I'll hold this certificate because it's what I wanted. And then what I did was to make sure that I also use it, to make sure that my colleagues, when we get into, have a problem, there is somebody supporting them as their, as their steward, the union steward. That's what I did with my certificate. But then something else is asking me, is that all? And then I remembered that some of the politicians are lawyers. I said, I think I can do that. This is why I started looking for. If you want to get into politics, start to look where, what is politics? Where are the political parties? Then you go through them and check what are their values, what are their manifestos, what are their policies? Are these what I like? And this is how you choose whether you want to be conservative, liberal, independent, labor. That's where you choose. And that's what I did. And I chose something that actually is my value. I appreciate their value. And that's how I got myself into politics. And going to meetings, you have to, don't let people say to you, you cannot do anything. Because when I go to meetings, my friends are calling me, Kate, where are you? Oh, I'm in a meeting. Oh, that meeting again. Why are you wasting your time? Every day meeting. What do you actually gain there? This is what they were asking me. You know what I say? I said, I don't gain anything, but I don't get paid because our people believe in everything you must be paid. I said, I don't get paid, but I am actually learning. There's a lot I'm learning here, which I don't really have to pay to learn all that. And that's how I got myself into, deeply into politics. And it was just like somebody recommended Beverly about getting in to be a counselor. I was recommended as well about getting in. And I kept saying, no, I can't do it. And no, I'm not ready. We are never ready for anything. You just have to push yourself. It's something that you like or something that somebody is doing. And always, always appreciate what other people are doing. If you see somebody, always appreciate what they're doing. If you like what they're wearing, say to them, oh, I like what you're wearing. That's something that women don't do. Women will like to criticize rather than appreciate and say, oh, I like what you're doing. They probably say, look at what she's wearing. And they, sniff at you and say, she thinks she's British. She thinks she, no. Take that off your mind and appreciate, because what my belief is, when you appreciate others, the door will also open for you because you have a clear mind and you're looking through a window which is clear and open, and it's for you to learn through that. These are the things that you can learn so much. And I think I did so much and learned from people, and also able to say, I can do this and I can do that. Many of the things that I achieved through not only believing in myself, but having that strong mindset that I want to do it. For example, I go swimming. But how did I get into swimming? We went on holiday and people were swimming with the weather was good and so forth. I said to my friend, I said, I would really like to chill in that pool, but I can't swim. When I go back to London, I must learn how to swim. We both agreed. And when we came back, I paid, she paid. We started learning. Every time she said, oh, I just, let's leave it today. And Kate, I said, no, 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 I'm going. Today, I can swim fully. She can't swim. If I had changed my mindset of being strong and this is what I want to do, I wouldn't have been doing that. And that swimming has helped my back, because as for nurses, we end up with back problem. I ended up with back problem, but at least I know that when I go swimming, low impact exercise, which is helping me, to be able to, rectify all the pains. So there are all these things that I'm saying is what you can do. I've done all this, it shows, telling the people my history is saying to the young people, even if you have the children and you're on your own with the children, you can still make it. Even if you have a husband and he decided to leave you, you don't have to go, you don't have to sink into the unit because he's not there. You can make it on yourself. It's your mindset that is going to help you. Even if you've found out that, oh, these children, there's so many of them, enough is I can't cope with them. You can cope because our people say that God does not give you a load that you cannot carry. If God give you 4 children and say you alone is going to bring them up, he has a door that is going to help you to look after those children. He's not going to leave you alone. You'll be able to look after those kids because he's by your side. And being by your side, you will not see them, but God comes in human form. You see all the friends that you have, that some of them are good to you. Some of them are God sent them. They are the angels that God sent to guide you, to show you the way, to help you. So people like Irene has campaigned with me, so Irene has campaigned with me. She knows that very well. And I've been pushing her and I've told her that she's good at, and thank you so much, Beverly, that you brought it up again. So, hopefully that the next time you will see her, she'll be not just Ebony ambassador, but Councillor Irene Ebony ambassador. This is what we're looking for, because it's for me, I've done my bit, and I am saying, this is what you have to do. Sometimes you do things you don't even know that you're doing them. While I was working and doing all these things, I did a lot of volunteering work. I didn't know, but my borough know that I'm doing something. Hence, I was given the freedom of the borough of Enfield. But this is since 2007. And I work a lot with women suffering domestic abuse. Reason is because I met a lot of them as a midwife. I met a lot of them, and I become very passionate about, people have experiencing domestic abuse. Hence, I have got Tender Care works more on that. And also I have an organization called Forum for African, Caribbean, and Asian Women in Politics. So really what I do is to nurture people, and show them the way to get into politics. It is hard to get in because you have to give time, but nothing is hard in life. And whatever is think is hard is easy. For me, I feel it's easy, because anything that you think is hard is because you're going to enjoy it when you succeed. Nothing is easy, but the easier it is, the much easier you run enjoy it. But when you think it's hard, you get into it, you really enjoy it, because going to be a councillor or going to be an MP is for you to go and make a difference in the life of people. That is what you're going to do. And those of you that are not volunteers yet, please, volunteering is a beautiful thing to do. You learn so much. You learn communication, you learn teamwork, you learn to help people to do things without being paid. So many things you can do, so I think I better stop, because if you leave me, I'll continue to talk. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Councillor Kate. Thank you very much, Auntie Kate. I feel like we took a lot of wisdom from that. Like I said, every time you speak, or you even just hear NTK speak, you definitely get knowledge. And I hope we're putting the pointers down. I can see quite a lot of people agreed with what you were saying, NTK, as you were speaking. There were quite a lot of people putting comments in the comment section. And just very quickly, I'm going to read one of the comments, and this is from Joyce Obaseki. And she said, that is right. A woman can hold it all together. The countries that did so well during the pandemic were led by women. And I think we all knew that.
Yep.
The 3 countries that literally, they were almost COVID-free, I believe, until towards the end, were all like, you know, prime ministers were all women. Yeah, so women are formidable force, no doubt. Know the power you carry. So it's just like we've said, I think we have to start believing in ourselves a little bit more and start putting ourselves out there a little bit more. In as much as we want these men or the people that we think are the ones that are not making us equal to change their mentality, I feel like we also have to like be intentional, like we said earlier, be intentional and put ourselves out there so that when those barriers do break, there's nothing stopping us. We are not stopping ourselves. We're not in the way of ourselves. So thank you very much once again, Auntie Kate. We are going to be taking questions, but very quickly before we do, I am going to announce the comment. Like I said, there's quite a lot, amazing. In fact, I can't even pick, but there's one that actually stood out for me. And when I tell you what the comment is, I think you're all going to agree with me. But before we do that, I want to say very quickly, for the sake of this event, as Irene said earlier, this event is sponsored by Community Fund, and we want to be able to get them to sponsor so many other events that we do. For those who have been with us throughout the last year when we were in the pandemic year and we had the mental resilience, we were able to continue this event because we took pictures and videos and were able to put it on our social media from, and that is the driving force in order for us to be able to continue getting sponsors. So it's very important for them to actually know that people are attending and that people are actually learning from this and people are gaining. And we have a full house right now. We have 27 attendees. That is actually amazing. So we want to be able to take a picture that I think would actually depict the amount of people that we have on here. So I know a lot of people are probably on the road or you're not able to put yourself on video, but I just want to plead for everyone that can just turn their video on for just 10 seconds. For just 10 seconds, it doesn't matter whether you're in the house, you're not dressed or whatever, just turn your video on just so we don't have a blank screen, because I think a blank screen doesn't look good on our picture. So please, just for the sake of this picture, please, 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 even if you're to point the camera to the fridge, point the camera to your couch, point the camera to the TV, I just don't want that to be a blank screen. So please, can everyone just try and turn their video on just for the sake of this picture, please. We're only going to do the picture 10 seconds and you can turn your camera. Wow, you guys are so amazing. You actually listen to me. Oh my God. I feel loved. Oh, Irene, she said they love me.
Take the pictures.
Okay. All right.
That's what I want to say.
You guys love me because I know you're actually doing this because of me. Okay, do you have anyone? Okay, Naz, are you able to? Margaret, Blessing, I don't want to call you out, but Nicole? Okay, so we're going to take the picture very quickly. Once again, this is for our social media. So be aware that these pictures are going to be posted on social media. And this is only for us to say we are having this event and we're having this amount of people attend and it's a great success so that we can keep getting sponsors. So thank you. I'm going to do one more. Okay. All right. One last one. Everyone say cheese. Okay, now I'm pushing it. Thank you. Okay, for as many that want to turn their video off, but if you're comfortable, please leave it on. I would love to see your beautiful faces. This is the last stretch, so I would love to see your beautiful face. So if you can leave your video on, please leave it on. Okay, we're going to answer some questions. I'm going to take 2 questions each. We only have 10 minutes. So your question, I want it to be straight and direct. Say who your question is for. So we had our first speaker, Lucy Isaiah. We had our second speaker, Deputy Mayor of Bradford, and we had that third speaker, Councillor Kate Anile. So we're going to take 2 questions each. If you have any question for any one of them, I'm going to start with the first person that wanted to ask the question. So I'm going to come to you first, Alfie.
Hello, hi everyone. Thank
Hi.
you so much for everyone that's spoken tonight. It's been really amazing and inspiring. I suppose the question can go to anyone, but I think it was Lucy that was speaking. Thank you so much, Lucy, that was speaking that triggered the question for me. So the question was, I think she talked about sort of making sure you're resilient and things like that. So making sure you approach people when you want to push boundaries and things like that. And I suppose for you, Lucy, I'm sure you said, I can't remember exactly what your criteria was or what you do, but it sounded very busy. And someone like me, I'm sort of an introvert in the fact that if I see someone's busy, that normally puts me off approaching them. So it's not sort of a vibe you give, it's just, it makes me uncomfortable to approach you. And I feel like you would be a mentor that I need to approach. So what advice would you have for someone that gets put off by someone else's business, if that makes sense?
My advice for you, if you see people that are busy, that should encourage you, because their busyness tells you that they're a go-getter. They want to achieve more. So the first thing you need to do is to drop them an email. The person that mentored me was a busy person. She was a children's center manager. She was very busy. She's out there doing a lot of things. So I know I couldn't approach her, but what I decided to do was to volunteer for her. So I decided to start volunteer at the children's center. I volunteered there for over 10 years. I became the parent forum chair. I started showing her my skill, that what I'm capable of doing. And from there, I didn't even ask her to mentor me. She started mentoring me. She began to see the quality in me, and she started working with me. And I've applied the same skill to other people that I want to work with. And when I want to work with anyone, or I want to do a partnership with them, I take a project to them. I don't just go and say, oh, can you help me? I take a project to them. I take my idea to them, and I tell them what my idea can actually do for their organization. And that is the way. I don't know if that helps you.
That really does help. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Thank you, Lucy. Okay, we're gonna take 2 more questions. Anyone?
Valerie's hand is up. She can unmute and ask.
Valerie, okay, I can.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, Valerie, unmute. Okay, I think she's unmuted. Valerie.
Yes, I have. Hello. I just want to say thank you for this. My question is for the Deputy Mayor. She talked about how resilient she was, positive, and how she did everything all through, even when they thought she couldn't do it, and how you have to be positive. But I've got a question. Sometimes it doesn't just go all well when you're positive, and you try all you can. Sometimes it just doesn't work out, maybe at that time, or a reason not known to me. So what would she advise a kind of coping
mechanism?
Mechanism that you can use to go forward, not just always being positive that something is going to really work out. So that's really a big problem for me. So I really want to know how to cope with it and keep on trying. Please.
Is Beverly still here?
Who was your question
It's
to?
for Beverly. It's
Beverly.
for Beverly.
I think Beverly has left us.
The lawyer, the one that studied law with the 4 kids, was interested.
That's former mayor.
Oh, that's Kate. Okay, that's Auntie Kate. That's to you, Auntie Kate.
Yes, Auntie Kate. Yes, please.
Okay. Hi, Beverly. Can you repeat few of your questions again? Just quickly.
Valerie, can you please make it short? Just give us point.
Okay. I want to know how to cope and move on when you try something, you're being positive, you have faith and you believe in it and you do all you can, but still it doesn't work out for a reason not known to me. How do you go through that? How do you cope with it to just keep on going? Of course, you're being positive, but that's not just all. It just doesn't work out. What do you do to still move on and go along with it?
It's like take for example, it's like you plant a seed, and then you plant a seed, you put it at the windowsill, and it's not growing. You put manure in it, you put water, it's not growing. What do? you don't leave it there. You change the position. You move it to somewhere else. And you notice, wow, it's getting more sunlight here. This is where it's growing. So this is what you do. You have to look at where is the way I've been approaching my, what I want to be. Maybe I'm not actually doing it the right way. Now, how do I change? You have to definitely have someone who is, who you really like to talk to, probably a mentor or someone who has been doing that. There is nothing, there is nothing wrong as going to someone and say, I really like what you're doing. I've been trying to do that. And this is the way I've been doing it. And I can't get it right. What do you think? For me, I will be so happy that people come to me and ask me questions. Someone said they don't like, sometimes people are busy, they think they're getting into their way. But, being busy is actually being busy helping others. So you just join and be another one that person is helping as well. Because, I'm retired from my midwifery. I'm retired now, but I'm hardly at home. What am I doing? I'm either giving a talk somewhere where I'm trying to encourage, the person who the organization belong to, trying to encourage and build them up to be a speaker, or probably, I'm somewhere where, I've actually gone with someone to help them to support them. Maybe they're going for interview or something. So none of the things that I'm doing now, I'm doing it actually for myself, because it's like our people said, I finished dancing, I'm not dancing anymore to get money. What I'm doing now is to help others to grow, to impact on them, the things that I've learned that I always say to them, this is the way I've done it and it worked for me. Why don't you try it? Because if it's different from what I've done. So I think, what you can do is try it a different way. If you've got a mentor, see what your mentor is doing. If you don't have, there's plenty of mentors. You can get my details from Irene, and then talk to me and tell me what you've been trying to do that you couldn't do, or you think it's not really working.
Cool. Thank you. Like that.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Because of our time, once again, we are going to move on with that. Okay, we're gonna do one more question, but we'll come back to that question. So either you raise your hand and I'll pick one last person, or you can leave the question in the chat. But before we do that, back to our winner of, do we all remember where we left off? Okay, so very quickly now, like I said, what can we do to enhance or to make sure that we don't have to, I guess we still need to celebrate women, but we don't need to have a day to celebrate it. We can just do one thing and then it would just improve our life and we can feel like we're equal to men. We don't have to feel like we have to work 10 times as hard and get less, if you get what I mean. And I feel like all the points that were on here, I'm not sure if any one of you guys have a moment where you were able to go into the chat section, and all the points on there, every single point were valid. And I feel like if we were to use every single point, it would definitely impact and we would definitely see a change, especially if it's a collective effort and we're all doing it together. And by we, I'm not just talking about us on this platform. I'm talking about every woman that obviously believe that they want to see the change. Now, but there's a particular point for me that I feel stands out. And when I say, you're going to know the reason why I say it. And the reason why I think this point stands out and I think she deserves to win the prize is simply because I think she hits the nail on the head. And I feel like if we were to do this, I think this might actually solve all of our problems. So first of all, before I say what the answer is, if everyone can unmute themselves, and I actually want to hear everyone saying it, because we're recording, I think I would like to hear the echo. As women, we feel like we're not equal. But what do we feel like? Everybody unmute yourself, because I want an echo of this. I feel like this is very important. Everybody unmute yourself. I want everyone to echo this. Please, everyone unmute yourself. Okay. As women, we're celebrating International Women's Day because we feel like we want equality. We feel like there's inequality. But what do we feel like we're not equal? Can we say that out loud? Who do we feel like we're not equal to?
Men.
That was loud enough. Who do we feel like we're not equal to?
Men.
Okay, so now the reason why I'm going to pick this answer, right? This is the answer that I feel really, really stands out. And this is by a lady called Wagi. I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right. Please forgive me if I'm not saying your name right. Wagi Nota. And our answer or a solution is, she said, we should have women mentor men. Now,
okay, everybody
I don't
mute
think we
yourself.
understand. Okay, we can unmute ourselves now.
We can mute.
Now.
We can mute.
Sorry, I didn't think it was going to be quite noisy. Okay. So now, I don't think, Doreen, can you please unmute yourself? Doreen,
Mute, not
unmute. Oh, mute yourself. I keep saying unmute. Doreen,
everybody, please
mute yourself. Okay. All right. So the reason, I don't think we know how powerful this is. Yes, we do have some women. Doreen, can you please mute yourself?
Okay, Goldie, I'll mute everybody.
Okay, I think I caused it because I asked everyone to unmute. I just wanted to see, like, I feel like whenever you see this, like, online and you see it live and everybody echo it, it's always so powerful. And that was the effect I was trying to go for. Okay, now, the reason why I said this point really stands out for me. Yes, of course, we do have some women that are, like, on the top compared to men, even in workplace. We have some single women that have men work for them. We have women mentoring men. But I think the way I read it, the way she phrased it, if we're trying to talk about being equal to men, the people that we feel like we need to be equal to are the people that we need to mentor and say, you are the people that we want to be equal to. So how about we mentor you guys on how we think you should treat us, on how you think we should be equal to you. And I think that would really, really go a long way. I mean, I don't know if everyone is catching on what I'm saying. I don't know how well this is sounding, but I feel like when I read that point, I feel like this is amazing. And I feel like if we are able to do this on a big scale, worldwide, in workplaces, in just everywhere in general, that women have that power to be able to mentor men and say, this is the reason why you should treat me as equal to you. I feel like that would change a lot, and that would really create that awareness that we're talking about, and actually making us, I guess, in a better way and standing out. And we don't have to wait for a day for us to celebrate. We can just celebrate every day. So yeah, so please give a round of applause to Wagi Nota. I think she won that prize. Wagi
Okay,
Nota.
can you let her pronounce her name? You're not doing justice to her
I'm
name.
not doing justice to your name. Okay, Wagi. Yeah, Wagi.
Yeah, is Wagi Notayata.
Wagi Notayata. Okay.
Yeah.
I said the first one right. Wagi Nota. Wagi Notayata. See, I got it somewhere there. Okay, thank you very much. You are a winner, and you've won a sponsored shampoo and conditioner pack from Temi's.
Wow.
Just send your details to Irene, and Irene will post it to you directly. So thank you very much.
Thank you,
Once again, thank you everyone. All of your contribution was amazing. I feel like this was very, very, very well educative, interactive. We all enjoyed it, and I'm actually so glad that everyone was able to basically interact and had their own 2 cents. So before we move on to the last agenda, I'm gonna give the floor for one more question very quickly. One more question. Or in the comment section, but mothers, their mentor, okay. Okay, I just seen a comment here saying mothers mentor their sons. Okay, I would like to believe that's another pointer that someone just put. If mothers can mentor their son, which is actually a good way, because we always say train them young. So if mothers mentor their son is going to grow up with the mindset that every female that they come across is equal to them, and they don't have to treat women less than them. And I think that's very powerful, actually. It says iPhone. I don't know who iPhone 12 is, but I would like to believe there's a name behind it. But it's showing as iPhone 12 Pro Max. I don't know who's that, but thank you. That's a very good point. Okay, Kemi, thank you very much. That's a very good point. I think if we're able to do that, that would actually help us, because then we wouldn't have to be teaching grown men what they should already know, basically. So thank you once again for that. Thank you. I would like to believe there's no more question. Once again, thank you to our lovely speakers. We already lost our second speakers. I think she said she had to go. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, Beverly. Thank you, Auntie Kate. And I'm going to hand it over back to our CEO, Irene, to give us the closing remarks before we end. Back to you, Irene.
Thank you, Goldie. You did justice to hosting this event today. I appreciate you so much. I want to say a big thank you to everyone that have joined us today. This event is sponsored by the Big Lottery Fund, and we're running it second time in a row. We've been sponsored last year, and we're sponsored again to carry on the project because it's been very impactful. I want to thank everyone that is here today. I appreciate you all. And for those that are joining us for the first time, this is actually a mental resilience workshop and a food distribution sponsored by the Big Lottery Fund. So we'll be doing food distribution every month in Birmingham. So if you know anyone in Birmingham that needs food, it's actually African food. As we all know, the food bank is mostly I would say foreign food at the normal food.
English
but
food.
This food distribution in Birmingham is from the food distribution we're doing involves African food, from pounded yam to gari to beans to rice to Maggi and so on. So if you know anybody in Birmingham that is in need of this food, please let us know. And we're starting the food distribution on the 26th of this month, and it will be done monthly for 6 months. So that's about the food distribution. And I've seen a lot of new faces here today. Ebony Ambassador is a community interest company. We're into skills empowerment, and we're known for our yearly event called Miss Ebony Beauty and Creativity Contest. The contest is to empower African youth in diaspora, in the UK to be precise, to actually gain new skills. And it's different from the usual contest. Sorry, I use pageant. We don't use the word pageant anymore. Before, we used to call it pageant, but this year we're using the word creativity contest. So why we changed it to creativity contest is because of what the contest stands for. It's to empower people through skill. We're not the usual contest that is about how you look. We're actually looking for an African lady who is willing to learn a new skill. Winning after the person has been crowned the winning title, which is Ebony Ambassador 2022. We also do a fundraising to send the winner to Africa. Our winner is presently in Ghana. That's our last year winner, and we've been opportune to be to go to Sierra Leone and also to go to Nigeria. So if there's any young person in house and you are still wondering, can I be part of this event? Yes, you can still be part of Miss Ebony. And for parents that are here, you can still encourage your young ones to be part of Miss Ebony. And I think that's all I can say. And our next event is on 1st of April. So that's our next event. And I think that day is tagged the World Health Day. So we'll be our people be on any of the health issue that we decide to talk about. So I want to use this means to everyone to our event, which is taking place on the 1st of April. Please put it in your calendar. I want to say I'm very, very grateful to see it's more than 35. I know some people came in and they had to leave because of other engagements. So I want to say I thank you all for joining. And someone is saying, can 17 join? We're actually starting from 18. I'm talking about the contest. We're starting from 18. If she will be 18 before July, if she will be 18 before July, she can join. Why we want 18 is for her to be able to travel alone to her country of origin to do her charity course if she wins the contest. So that's the reason why the age group for the pageant, I'm using the word pageant, pardon me. The age group for the contest is 18 to 30. So October. Okay, that means she'll be a candidate for us next year. Sorry, I'm just reading what is coming up on my screen. So we'll leave it for next year. She will join us next year. Yeah, going back to what I'm saying, I just want to say I appreciate everyone for being here today. Most especially, I want to say thank you to Lucy Azaya. She's my mentor. I would say more about having a mentor. She's my mentor, and former mayor of Enfield is also my mentor. She said it in the when she was speaking. I've campaigned with her several times, and I wonder the kind of energy that she's got, because after I've gone knocking on doors, trying to encourage them to vote for Labour Party. I'm a Labour Party member, to be precise. And when I got home, my leg was hurting. I was just like, and she would say, let's go. Well, we need to go to the other street again. I was just like, Auntie, I want to go home. But it's not an easy thing. But when you see people doing things like this, you need to applaud them. I love advocating, so I'm not too scared to be in politics or to go into politics. I look forward to representing minority, and thank you, Goldie, for nominating me. And I know Beverly I've seen her in the community. She's very vibrant, and I see a lot of people around her, and I know she's a people person. She doesn't discriminate. You know how some people will want to feel like they are on top of the world and you cannot get close to them. If she's in a meeting, she sees you standing, she comes, want to say hi, like that. So I see her as a good mentor, and I've also got a mentor in London that I could always also run to when I need her help. So not only me, I encourage everybody on the platform, let's all join politics. Let's break the bias, which is the theme for this year's Women's Celebration. Let's break the bias. And how we can break the bias is being active. As I said in my last statement, let's be the change that we want to see. If we want change, let it start from you, or let it start from me. So once again, I want to say thank you everyone for joining. We're here today because of you. If you're not here, we'll not be talking to the screen. So thank you again for joining. Thank you everyone. And I look forward to seeing you all on the 1st of April, which is our next meeting. And if you have any question, our Facebook is Ebony Ambassadors. Drop me a message on Facebook inbox, or I will also drop my phone number on the chat. And for you to be here today, that means either you got the flyer or somebody invited you. Feel free to ask my number from who invited you, or on the flyer, my number is there as well. And feel free to contact me. We are open for collaboration. Together we achieve more. So if you have anything you want us to do together, please feel free to contact me. So I think that's it from me. Once again, thank you, Goldie, for hosting this event. Over to you.
Okay, I don't think there's any way to top that. That's literally it. We're how? That's it. Yeah, once again, thank you guys. It's been amazing. My name is Goldiva. I've been your host and anchor for tonight. And as always, I'm always honored and privileged to be part of Ebony and to do this with you guys. And like I said in the beginning, I'm just happy to be back. Like, I am officially back. And so I am looking forward to doing many more of this. It's been a fun night. I will see you guys on the 4th of April. For more information on what the event will be about and what the timing and everything is, if you just follow Ebony Ambassador on Facebook or Instagram, Twitter, social media, Ebony Ambassador UK. Yeah, you'll be able to get more information. Or if you're on Irene's direct contact, I'm sure she's going to send you the information. You will get the broadcast from her. So yeah, we will see you guys on the 1st of April. Thank you once again. I just want to leave with the final word. I believe we still remember.
Before you before you say the final word, okay. I just want to say to you, Goldie, you are amazing. Well done. And I'm so happy you have run this so diligently, so professional, and intelligently as well. Well done.
Oh, thank you.
Ebony, you have someone there, I'm honestly speaking, I'm actually amazed, the way you've handled everything, the way you've used people's words and so forth, and really, well done. Keep it up.
Thank you very much, Auntie Kate. As usual, like I said, I'm just honored to know you. Thank you very much. That means a lot. Irene, that means that my price has gone up. Yeah. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I'm just back to it, like to back. I'm like officially off maternity leave. So this is my first time back. I'm just really excited.
Okay.
Thank you once again, Auntie Kate. I'm sure we'll see you again. Yeah, so once again, I just want you guys to know this is a day that we've celebrated International Women's Day, but don't forget we're living today knowing that it's not just a day, is every day. So for every single day, everything you do, I want you to celebrate yourself. For everything at all that you accomplish, celebrate yourself. And don't forget all the pointers that all these women have dropped today. Be the change, jump the barriers. Don't be afraid to put yourself forward. Be intentional, like go out for it. Don't be in your head. Don't think because you're a woman, you can't do what a man can do. Speak up for yourself. You can do all these things because why? You are amazing. You are strong. You are phenomenal. You are just great. So we're going to end with our word. Can we all remember?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go.
Dream big.
And
Never give up.
Okay, I think I missed it. Let's start again. Dream
big.
Aim high, and never give up.
Bye, everyone.
Bye,
Thank you
everyone.
guys so much. Have a good night. We will see you guys soon. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. Thank you,
Bye.
Maureen. Thank you,
Bye,
Alfie.
everyone.
Thank you, Maureen. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you, Kamal. Thank you, iPhone. Thank you, Kemi. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you, Lucy.